idea. This is Kaleigh, who runs Backstage and is amazing. They're essentially rat traps, but you know how rat traps work this way? They work this way instead, but it's the same principle. And you can load the arrow and bury it in the mulch before the show, and there's a string that goes from that trap all the way back to where Carl is. And we've got 4 of them, so there's 4 different strings that shoot back there. And at the appropriate time, it's really clogged today, huh? What the heck? At the appropriate time, we can add a sound effect, and because it's buried under the mulch, and because it has motion, it looks like it's being shot from up above. So Austin, hit it! And you see with that little bit of motion, it makes it seem like it's seeing that light. And I think it's pretty ingenious.
Here.
Excuse me.
What questions do you have for me?
What do you do during the show?
During the show, I am up in the booth. I am running the light board, so making sure that all the cues are going at the right spot. I'm also calling sound cues, so that me and the sound operator are linking up for the right time, for the right sequences. And then I'm also watching the show, making sure all the actors are following the right tracks, making sure everything's going smoothly in the way that we established at the beginning.
And what exactly is a performance report?
A performance report is a little paper that gets distributed to the theater and to the production and artistic staff and the designers. And it has just information about how each performance went. Includes the timing of each act and stuff like that, and then how the audience reacted, how the show went, what went well, what could go better, and if we broke anything, which sometimes happens.
Now, question for both of you: how do you guys work together as a team? How do you guys communicate during the show? And what other things to make the show that you guys make sure that works well?
In this space, it's actually a little bit difficult because Kaleigh is running around like a madwoman for an hour and a half. So usually we would be on headset, which is a little intercom system. Unfortunately, because Kaleigh is running around so much, she doesn't really have much time to be on headset. So a lot of it is trust, and I trust her to always be perfect, and she always is.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
And then we
are on headset for sometimes, and we have cell phones, and so sometimes we just like text each other if like the string, like this. A lot of times this elastic breaks, and so like I'll get a text message from Alec about like Sean broke the bow, we gotta fix it, and I'm like I'm on it, and so I'm like backstage fixing the bow, things like that. So, and then we practice it a lot. This is like the 33rd performance.
34.
34! Lucky number, 34.
And how many performances do you have? How many performances do you have?
78. To the 70s, yeah,
78 right now.
Plus 5 previews.
Oh yeah, plus 5 previews. We got a lot of plans.
And how much rehearsal time did you guys get to practice the Kaleigh running backstage and Alec, you running the light board?
Previews?
The show itself, like the actors have about 2.5 weeks of rehearsal, and we're there and we're following along and figuring out what our backstage track is going to be, and I'm figuring out what I think the designers are going to be thinking for the show itself. But
actually doing it in this space.
Actually doing it in time in the show, it's usually within the later part of our tech week, which is right before previews.
And then previews.
We learn a lot, so.
Yeah. Previews, like, I was running around so much more at the start of previews, of the week of previews. And then as the shows progressed and we started seeing, like, it's really not possible to run to there and carry all these things and then do this and open the door for this person and yada yada. So we simplified a lot, and so that clarified a lot of the quick changes and a lot of the moments and the story that happens backstage.
And a lot of the stuff that we didn't think would actually ever be possible, we figured out we could totally do.
Yeah.
And now it's completely easy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Alec, and thank you, Kaleigh, and this is Backstage Robin Hood.